Electric vehicles were supposed to be the financially smart choice. That was the pitch. Lower fuel costs, lower maintenance, no oil changes, no transmission headaches. Just plug it in, wake up with a full charge, and watch the savings roll in while you feel slightly superior at traffic lights. And here's the thing, parts of that pitch are completely true, genuinely, measurably true. But there is an extended version of this conversation that the EV industry, the dealerships, and the enthusiast YouTube channels would rather you didn't have. A version that includes insurance bills that made grown adults audibly gasp, depreciation curves that nobody modeled correctly, charging infrastructure that works great until the one moment you really need it, and repair costs that make you miss the days when a mechanic could fix your car without a software update. Today, we're doing the full economics of EV ownership, not the brochure version, the real version. Let's go. Let's start at the beginning, which is the sticker price, which is already a problem. The average transaction price for a new electric vehicle is around $58,600. The average transaction price for a new gas vehicle is around $49,800. So right out of the gate, before you've driven a single mile, you're starting nearly $9,000 behind. Until recently, the federal EV tax credit gave buyers up to $7,500 back, a meaningful chunk that closed a lot of the gap between EV and gas pricing. That credit is now gone, killed off in September 2025 as part of federal legislation, which means the math just got harder. You're now absorbing that full price premium with no federal cushion. Some states still offer their own rebates, so check local incentives, but the big federal number is off the table, which means that nearly $9,000 gap between the average EV and the average gas car. It's just a $9,000 gap now. No offset, no softening. You're paying it, and then you're betting on future savings to make it back. And that bet is not always wrong, but it takes longer to pay off than the marketing implies, especially when you factor in everything we're about to talk about. Quick question before we go further. Did you buy, or are you considering an EV primarily to save money because of the environment, or both? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to see the split, because I think the answer changes how the economics land for different people. Real quick, if you want honest, unsponsored breakdowns of what things actually cost versus what we're told they cost, subscribe. No affiliate deals, no brand partnerships telling me what to say. Just math and mild outrage. Hit the button. Okay, back to the numbers. Here is where I give EVs their due because they have earned it. Charging an electric vehicle is dramatically cheaper than fueling a gas car. At the national average electricity rate of around 16 cents per kilowatt hour and a typical EV efficiency of 3 to 4 miles per kilowatt hour, you're paying roughly 4 to 5 cents per mile to drive electric. A gas car averaging 30 miles per gallon at $3.30 per gallon costs about 11 cents per mile. That's more than double. For someone driving 15,000 miles a year, pretty average, that difference works out to roughly $900 to $1,000 in annual fuel savings. Real money, meaningful money, money that genuinely improves the total cost of ownership calculation. If you do most of your charging at home overnight on cheap off-peak electricity, those savings get even better. Some utility companies offer EV-specific rate plans that drop the cost even further. The catch, and there is always a catch, is public fast charging. DC fast chargers at commercial locations run 30 cents to 50 cents per kilowatt hour, sometimes more. If you live in an apartment without home charging access and you're dependent on public infrastructure, your fuel savings shrink significantly. The economics of EV ownership are much more favorable for homeowners with garages than for renters in cities, which is an inconvenient truth the industry tends to gloss over. EVs have fewer moving parts than gas vehicles. Fewer moving parts means fewer things that break. This is physics. This is real. No oil changes, no spark plugs, no timing belt. Regenerative braking reduces wear on brake pads to the point where some EV owners report their original brakes lasting 100,000 miles or more. The powertrain maintenance picture for EVs is legitimately better than gas. Consumer Reports data consistently shows EVs have lower average maintenance costs than comparable gas vehicles, roughly 6 cents per mile versus 10 cents per mile for gas cars over time. Here come the asterisks. Tires. EVs are heavy. The battery alone can weigh 1,000 pounds or more, and they deliver instant torque, which is fun until you notice what it does to your tire wear rate. EV tires wear faster than gas car tires on average. Specialty EV tires designed for the weight and efficiency requirements also cost more to replace. Budget for this. Software. Modern EVs are computers on wheels. Software issues, over-the-air updates that change vehicle behavior, infotainment glitches. These are a new category of maintenance that didn't exist with the 2005 Camry. Most are resolved remotely. Some require service visits. None of them are free in time, if not in money. EV owners in the comments, what's been your biggest unexpected cost since you bought it? Not the one you planned for, the one that surprised you. I want the real answers. This is genuinely useful for people considering the switch. Okay, deep breath. EV insurance costs are significantly higher than gas vehicle insurance costs. The national average for EV insurance is around $4,058 per year. The national average for gas vehicles is around $2,732. You are paying roughly 49% more, almost half again as much, just to insure an electric vehicle. Let that land for a second. Nearly $1,400 more per year, every year, just in insurance. Why? 3 reasons that are all completely rational from the insurer's perspective and completely annoying from yours. 1. Repair costs. EVs are expensive to fix. Bodywork on an aluminum-intensive vehicle, proprietary parts, specialized labor, a fender bender that costs $1,200 to fix on a gas car can cost $3,000 to $5,000 on an EV because of the structural materials and electronics involved. 2. Battery risk. If an EV battery is damaged in a collision, even a moderate one, the entire battery pack may need replacement. A replacement battery pack on a mid-size EV can cost $10,000 to $20,000. Insurance companies know this. They price accordingly. 3. Uncertainty. Insurers are still calibrating their risk models for EVs. When you don't have decades of actuarial data, you price in uncertainty. You're paying for their learning curve. The insurance premium gap is the single most underreported cost in EV ownership discussions. Add roughly $1,400 per year versus your gas car and run that math over 5 years. That's $7,000 that doesn't show up in the "here's how much you'll save on gas" calculator. Depreciation is the biggest cost most car owners never think about because it's invisible. You don't write a check for it, you just quietly lose money every year you own the vehicle. EVs have a depreciation problem right now, though the picture is evolving. The used EV market has been brutal for first owners. Battery degradation concerns make buyers cautious. A used EV with an unknown battery history is a risk in a way a used gas car isn't. Rapidly improving new models make older EVs feel outdated faster. Manufacturer price cuts on new vehicles, looking at you, Tesla, and also Rivian, instantly reduce the value of existing vehicles. Owners of 2021 and 2022, Teslas watched their resale value drop tens of thousands of dollars as new prices fell. Some EV models have depreciated 50% or more in the first 3 years. The BMW i4 hit a documented 53% 3-year depreciation rate. For a $58,000 vehicle, that's nearly $30,000 in lost value. That's not a rounding error, that's a used Corolla. Here's the nuance though. The used EV market has been stabilizing, and by mid-2024, used EVs were actually cheaper on average than comparable used gas cars, which is wild when you think about where we started. The depreciation problem is most acute for early adopters who bought at peak prices in 2021 to 2022. The market is finding its floor. The silver lining: if you're buying used, right now is actually a genuinely good time. You can get a 2 to 3-year-old EV with meaningful remaining battery warranty at a substantial discount from original MSRP. The depreciation hits the first owner. If that's not you, take advantage. Hot take, and I want the room. Is the EV depreciation problem temporary, something that stabilizes as the market matures? Or is it structural, meaning EVs will always depreciate faster because technology cycles make them obsolete faster than gas cars? Make your case in the comments. This one I genuinely don't know the answer to, and I want to think about it with you. Let's build the actual 5-year picture for a $58,600 EV, something like a Tesla Model 3 long range or a Hyundai Ioniq 6, versus a comparable $49,800 gas vehicle. EV over 5 years. Depreciation, approximately $29,000, 50% over 5 years in current market. Insurance, approximately $20,300, $4,058 per year average. Charging, approximately $4,500, $900 per year home charging estimate. Maintenance, approximately $1,500. Loan interest on $58,600 at 7%, approximately $11,000. Total, approximately $66,300. Now let's look at a gas vehicle over 5 years. Depreciation, approximately $19,900, 40% over 5 years, more stable used market. Insurance, approximately $13,700, $2,732 per year average. Fuel, approximately $9,900, $1,980 per year at current gas prices. Maintenance, approximately $4,500. Loan interest on $49,800 at 7%, approximately $9,300. Total, approximately $57,300. In this scenario, and yes, every scenario is different, your mileage literally varies. The gas vehicle comes out about $9,000 cheaper over 5 years. The EV wins on charging and maintenance. The gas car wins on purchase price, depreciation, and insurance. And with the federal credit gone, there's no longer a $7,500 equalizer softening that opening gap. Change the inputs and the answer changes. High gas prices tip it toward EV. Better EV resale values tip it toward EV. Higher mileage tips it toward EV. Home charging access tips it toward EV. The point isn't EVs are bad. The point is the math is closer than the marketing suggests, and the specific conditions of your life determine which side of the line you land on. Here's the honest summary. EVs are genuinely excellent for the right person in the right situation. If you own a home, have garage charging, drive a lot of miles, live somewhere with high gas prices and reasonable electricity rates, and plan to keep the vehicle long enough to absorb the depreciation, the economics are real and they work. If you rent, rely on public charging, are in a high insurance cost market, or tend to trade vehicles every 3 years, the numbers get harder to make work in your favor. The worst financial decision isn't buying an EV, it's buying any vehicle, EV or gas, without running the actual numbers for your actual situation, and just assuming the marketing math applies to you. Run the numbers, own the decision. Subscribe if you want more of these. We've got the wedding economics episode coming, and I genuinely cannot wait to show you the numbers. Drop a comment, EV owner or gas holdout. And if you're an EV owner, knowing what you know now, would you do it again? See you in the next one.